Long Tan was something special.
Every single one of the men who were involved in this contact and battle actually have the right to be very proud today.
A military controversy spanning more than 4 decades has finally come to an end. Veterans of one of Australia's most significant battles in the Vietnam War have been given the full honours denied to them all those years ago.
I look at this victory as a turning point in military history.
It was a long time coming. I'm just pleased we're now in a situation where we can actually bring this matter to a just conclusion.
It was almost 42 years ago to the day that 108 Australian soldiers were sent out on patrol through a rubber plantation near the abandoned village of Long Tan, where they encountered a handful of Viet Cong guerrillas.
Actually, I got a bit excited. I thought, because before that I don't think I'd ever fired a shot in anger, you know.
2 years ago, the 7:30 report spoke to Long Tan veterans about their experiences. The handful of Viet Cong quickly turned into a major attack force of more than 2,500.
It just erupted, absolutely erupted. Just absolute mass of fire, absolute mass of tracer, and it was just on for young and old.
18 Australians were killed in the Battle of Long Tan, but it's estimated the enemy lost more than 1,000.
One of the significant things about Long Tan is that it saved the task force from probably a military and a political disaster.
Major Harry Smith was the Delta Company commander of the 6th Royal Australian Regiment. Because of a military quota system in 1966, Major Smith and 2 of his officers had their proposed gallantry awards downgraded.
The changes at the time were unfair and unreasonable.
For the past 40 years, Long Tan veterans have been lobbying for what they describe as full honours.
I personally would be happy, and I think my soldiers would be happy to see the injustices that were done, and I say injustice in '66 because I believe it was, be rectified.
I don't think the government realised just how tenacious D Company 6RAR was. They never learnt their history lesson.
Major Smith and 2 of his fellow officers have now had their awards upgraded to the original recommendation, following an independent review by a panel of retired senior Army officers.
Although these awards relate particularly to 3 individuals, they're actually on behalf of Delta Company.
In the imperial system, a medal of this nature is given to a commander on behalf of the unit.
Second Lieutenant David Sabben is another one of the 3 officers to have had their awards upgraded, along with Second Lieutenant Jeff Kendall.
This is the first occurrence, if you like, that the government has actually turned around and said, well, yes, we do have to admit that something went wrong. Let's change it, let's rectify even a small mistake, and this is that.
Australian military achievements in the Vietnam War have long been clouded by the political controversies of the time. But for Long Tan veterans, today's announcement helps put the battle in its rightful place as one of the most notable moments in Australian military history.
The fight was worth fighting, and like on the 18th of August in '66, we have in fact finally achieved justice.
I'm very happy, not only for myself but for my platoon and my company, that the recognition has been made, and I don't think it's too late. Yes, 40 years is a long time, and it's too bad that they can't give me a medal plus another 40 years, but that's life.
That report from Peter McCutcheon.